Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is the second chapter in a book called 71 Powerful Writing Habits You Can Learn from self-publishing 91 books. This is the second chapter, and I'm bolding what the chapter says: write inspired books. To be a successful author and an author that is a prolific author, you need to be inspired. There has to be a source. There has to be a place that your books come from. You can gain inspiration from books, from a blog post. You can gain inspiration from a book, from videos that you watch. You can read other books and have something to add to the discourse. There has to be something that inspires you to write your book. If you haven't got enough inspiration for your book, you may well fall into writer's block. Touch wood, with 91 books so far published, I've never fell into what they call writer's block. I imagine a writer's block may happen to a lot of fiction writers who are making up stories and making up characters and making up plot lines, and the whole book is progressing. I've written 2 fictional books and 2 screenplays, so I know what it's like to write fiction, and it can be pretty difficult. But writing non-fiction has always come easy to me, but the main thing that I need is inspiration. I write at least 1 book a month and publish at least 1 book a month, but at any one time I may have 6 books on the go, and whenever I'm finished and I've published a book, or whenever I have time to spare, I'm constantly spending my time waiting for the next inspired book to come my way. Normally, a book will come with a title. I'll get an idea for a book, and then I'll sit down and write a title. And from the title, I get the inspiration about what the book is about. After I get the title, I sit down and I write the chapter titles that are going to make up the book. This book is being dictated, and I'm making each chapter a video, and the video is approximately 6 minutes long. And so each of the chapters are going to be uniform and be just over a page in length, like a page and a half each. It takes dedication and practice to be a person that's constantly inspired to write new books, coming up with story ideas, coming up with book ideas can be the hardest part of being a professional writer. You have to constantly feed your spirit. You've constantly got to fill your soul and feed your soul with information. And when you're writing on a specific subject, when you're writing to a Christian market, you need to be devouring Christian books and Christian videos to increase your knowledge base. I listen to Christian videos, and I read Christian books partly to learn and partly because of self-interest. But a part of what I'm doing is collecting information and collecting inspiration to write my own books. I don't read books in order to write a book. Something that is rare for me and something I've never done is to research a book. I've never attempted to write a book and read about 4 books on the subject so I can quote and source my quotes in the book and make an argument based on what other people have written. I've never researched a book, and people may find that strange, but my life is research. I sat down for this book, and part of the inspiration is writing the chapter titles. I sat down and wrote the chapter titles for this book as fast as I could type. I just typed number 1, trust your higher power. Number 2, write inspired books. The key to being a prolific writer is to constantly be feeding your soul with information and constantly being inspired with the titles and the chapter titles of books that you're going to write. I can't sit down and just write an article or write a blog post or write a Facebook post for that matter. I've got to be inspired. I don't know how people write without being inspired, and the writing would be pretty boring if it was uninspired writing. I hope that I've impressed my point upon you in this chapter.